Good morning. At least it is for me. But welcome to Cartwheels and Banana Peels. So freaking excited, as always, because that's my personality. But oh my gosh, you guys, I am sitting here this morning with my virtual sisters around my virtual kitchen table. They're virtually my sisters. Anywho, ADHD is kicking in. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's dive in. And she's already cracking up at me. And y'all, the four of us are brand new to each other. I just want to say from the get-go, this is what happens when you come to Cartwheels and Banana Peels. This is what happens when you get in my circle, when you sit here at my virtual kitchen table, because we start building relationships very quickly. Storytelling time. Okay, so I'm going to go around the room and we're going to share who we are and what we do really, really super fast so we can dive into some of these crazy, wild stories that you guys hopefully will get a chuckle with. Be careful if you're driving. One, stop watching, just listen. And two, don't spew your coffee because we're probably going to have some giggles. All right. So, Janet, I'm just going to my left as I look at my screen in front of me. Will you please share with us who you are and what you do?
Yeah, my name is Janet, and I'm from a slightly different perspective than lots of coaches or entrepreneurs. I unleash the superpower within so that you, as the parent, can raise standout adults for tomorrow. Because you know what? We're all raising tomorrow together, so we might as well do it.
I love that. Love, love, love. As a mama, I've always been, mine are grown now, but always been, don't conform, be who you are. Love your concept. All right, Lynette, will you please share with us? It's your turn.
Yes, yes. Hi, my name is Lynette Williams. I am a social media content strategist. And so I basically give my clients space to word vomit everything that they do, the why, the how, and then I rework their genius into sellable content for social media in a way that feels good and authentic to them, but also eliminates that content creation overwhelm.
And I just feel like I bonded with you. Oops, can't get my arms the right way.
Oh, yeah, me too. Like, wait, they're there somewhere.
Yeah, right. I'm like, there it is. All right. I started to say Lynette again. Valencia, I'm passing the talking stick that none of us can see to you.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I am Valencia. I am a business coach and strategist for coaches. I work directly with coaches to help them simplify their systems and strategies so it's easy for them to achieve consistent 10K plus months. I am a big believer that when we embrace simplicity, we truly experience freedom.
Love it. And you know, it's
Yeah.
freedom. When I think of freedom, when I first connected with you, I had just broken my leg. So last year. And
Right.
so, yeah, that's just made me remember that. All right, you guys, obviously I'm your host for Cartwheels and Banana Peels, but also I am known as the Rebel Storytelling Coach. And I focus on Gen X, ADH women that have those stories going, in their head. Clearly I do. But how do we use those in a way that can benefit you? Cartwheels and Banana Peels is one way. So anyways, we're here ready to go. I'm super excited, as I already said. So I'm going to pass this back to Janet because Janet, you guys, lives just an hour from where I grew up, and I live nowhere near there. I'm thousands of miles away now. So I thought, wow, small world. So anyways, Janet, will you tell us your story? What did you bring to the table today?
Yes, but can we just let everybody know that nobody in the world knows where we live?
Oh,
like
right.
Indiana is like the unsung hero of the country. So like the
Unless
fact
the
that we
race,
even know is like remarkable.
if you're an IndyCar fan, if you're even a NASCAR fan, if you're a race fan, then you have an idea because she lives really close to where they run the Indianapolis 500. But anyway, my family was a race family, so
So like let's just face it, I'm a parenting strategist. The stories are, endless.
Wow.
However, I should let you know that one could say you have no business being a parenting strategist because it's not like I was the perfect parent. Case in point, now we're going back a long time because my kids are also flown and grown. My daughter, I'll say her name. She never watches me because I still embarrass her to this day. Which is indicative of any teenage child. But in preschool, we did a co-op, and everybody understands circle time in preschool. my husband was responsible for getting the kids to preschool because I worked and we worked weird shifts. The story really begins at circle time. Everybody remembers circle time. And everybody sits down. And it becomes very apparent immediately that Elisa is not wearing underwear at circle time. And I was not the co-op parent that day, but certainly I heard about it, as most mothers would then get on the yak, 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 and start pointing fingers and everything. Clearly it was, there was some modest control. And I think the funniest thing about it is that everybody thought, poor Elisa, nobody cares for her. And the lesson in all of that really is, we let her dress herself. So there was no, like perhaps we should have put parental controls and checked on occasion. But if it was polka dots and stripes and all crazy colors, nobody cared because she was 3. So bless her heart, she was getting dressed herself. But on that particular day, underwear had been missing from the equation. And we just crack up to this day. And so the lesson that I will leave parents, male or female, doesn't matter, is better to let them do it themselves than to micromanage, because you didn't have to do it, but you have to understand that they're not always going to do it perfectly.
That reminds me, I had a good friend many years ago now, because her little girl is grown and has kids that are probably 10 or 11 by now herself. But when she was in kindergarten, her mom would dress, she would dress her. And on the way to kindergarten, this child somewhere, if she had a dress on, she would take her underwear off and ditch them and her socks. She just refused. And so, yeah, sometimes it has nothing to do with mom.
Right. We have to just, like, it was more important to us as parents to just say she does it on her own. And that was one argument we could completely get, just leave that one, like, it just didn't happen. You wear whatever you want to preschool. Who cares? You're 3. However, so the fact that I'm now actually a parenting strategist, I just want everybody to know that coaches, we're not perfect. No. We usually have some really fun tales to tell about our imperfections that got us where we are. So we'll leave it at that.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Oh my goodness. I can only imagine. I'm sure she's embarrassed if she sees this. She's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you're telling everybody this story.
No, she's probably really proud of it, actually, because she's an impeccable dresser. She has more taste than I will ever have in my little finger. So allowing her the creativity to do it really paid off. Like, she is one classy 27 rock star human.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And I just laugh.
Well, you go, Elisa.
Oh yes, I love that story. Love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. We could sit here and talk about this. We could have all kinds of parenting stories, but you guys know that I make everything go whoop really quick. So thank you for sharing that though. Oh my gosh, it's going to be with me all day. Lynette, I am passing the baton to you.
Okay, thank you. Invisible baton passed. Okay, so this story has to do with content creation, because I think a lot of us are afraid of messing up on, let's say, a Facebook Live, right? And just sort of being embarrassed about the content quality later on, okay? So I'm going to share this story with y'all, and I think you're going to feel a lot better about what could possibly go wrong on yours. It cannot be as bad as this. So it was a big deal for me at the time. This was several years back. I was still fairly new to my business. And I was in that season where I was like, I'm going to learn Facebook Lives. I'm going to be doing these master classes and pitching and all the things. And it's going to be awesome, right? So this was an event that I was doing, a live Facebook event. And I was really excited. I had my slide deck ready to go, all the things. I was super excited. I start the live, and it was 15 seconds in that my husband starts screaming behind me. He hadn't left the room yet, and he was not fully dressed. So got that on camera live. people watching. So they got that show. So that was awesome.
Oh my
Then
gosh.
something happened in the middle of it where I thought I was screen sharing, but I wasn't screen sharing. I was like I was recording myself, but it was in a different way. I don't know what happened, but it was like completely zoomed in. So like I don't want to ruin the video, but it was like one eyeball like this on the screen, and I'm thinking that I'm sharing my slide deck. But my audience is like looking at my
She's like, can you see me?
yeah, it was really it was so bad that afterwards
Oh.
my husband's in the other bedroom watching, right? Because he's supposed to be my quality control. So after his flashing exhibit, he's watching in the other room and he messages me like, you're not sharing your screen. We're looking at your eyeball. I just wanted to fall through the floor. Just wanted to fall
Oh
through the
my
floor.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you talk about a 2-minute, really, it should have been the 2-minute video of him sharing his side of the story of how he was videoed
Yeah.
and what it looked like from the audience perspective to watch me. That video went viral. I mean, it was live. It went viral in terms
my
of
goodness.
hundreds of thousands of people watched him and laughed about it.
Oh my gosh.
But my video went nowhere. It totally tanked. It was terrible.
Gosh. That's awesome though. We are just running around flashing people episode today. We
I
got
guess so.
Janet's
Yeah,
little girl. We got your hubby.
And there's a theme of the need for QA and QC. Like there's
How did this happen?
It was meant to be, but yeah, so now Valencia has to sort of match that vibe. No.
Oh,
My goodness, I'm like, I don't even think I'm gonna be close, but hey, I can do what I can.
Good.
or change the vibe completely.
Right,
That's
right.
All right, Valencia, let's go to you, my girl.
Okay. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to match these ladies, but so for me, I was just thinking about how as business owners, of course, we have to balance work and life. And so I was thinking about this story where when I first started my business, of course, we don't know what we're doing. We think we do, but we don't. And I created this full service business advising firm, and it was literally like a McDonald's menu. People could come and be like, okay, I like to order a little bit of website development with a side of rebranding, and then add an extra social media management on the side. It was a mess. I burnt out so quickly because I'm like, I'm going to serve everyone. I'm going to do it all. And it was a hot mess. But as I'm in the midst of this hot mess, my poor husband, he got sick.
Oh.
So he was sick for about 5 days. I'm like, okay, you're not getting any better. Let's go to urgent care. So we head to urgent care and we bring him in there, and he goes in and he gets swabbed. You know, they do all the tests. And so the nurse comes back and she's like, okay, you have influenza B. You have influenza B.
Mhm.
And so my husband doesn't know much about healthcare, anything like that. So she leaves out and he looks at me and he has this like stare of death. Like he's so scared. He's like, oh my goodness. He was like, what what is that? What is influenza B? I'm like, honey, you just have the flu. He was like, oh, I thought they was about to come and tell me how many days I have left to live.
Sounds like the man flu.
He was like, why she just didn't say the flu? I'm like, well, honey, because the term is influenza. He was like, oh, I thought I was about to die. And I was I wish I was like,
Sorry.
no, honey, you're fine. I said, we
Oh,
just have to go get you
seriously.
some medicine. And so we leave, and I'm telling you, that was hilarious. I wish I could have recorded his face. He thought that was his last day on earth. And And so from there, I had to go back home and continue figuring out all the things with this full service McDonald's menu I created for my business. So just all in all, life and business happens, and you get those funny moments that occur that you can't make this stuff up. You really can't.
Oh my gosh, that's a riot. I'm seriously, if you guys have not seen, and it's out there on YouTube, the man flu video, the original one from a few years ago, it's totally what I'm thinking of. I'm like, he needs a hot chocolate and a teddy bear.
Aw.
Oh my goodness. All right.
And men are not, they're not as good a patient as women are.
Oh, no.
We should
No.
just, and if men are watching and that, like, I'm sorry, but you're just not. You're just not. You
No, they
become
turn into big
little
kids.
boys. Yeah, little boys.
They turn into
Yes,
big kids.
Yeah.
They absolutely do. And later this month, I'm actually doing instead of a virtual kitchen table with my girlfriends, I'm doing a virtual barbecue pit with 2 or 3 guys. So we're going to do a
fun.
special episode. Can't wait to hear those stories. It's going to be very different. Oh my goodness. All right. Because I want to keep it short and sweet, I'm going to throw one out there for you. And what really was in my mind today, I was doing some kind of Q&A recordings the other day to answer some questions that people posed to me about storytelling, right? I don't remember the story I was telling on the first one, what question I was answering, but I was outside. Again, you guys, I live in Arizona. It's hot as out here already this year, and this is only June. And I'm outside and I have flip-flops on. No problem, right? No one can see that. I'm going through my thing, and all of a sudden, I'm doing a dance. I'm like, ow, ow. There was an ant between my toes biting me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just did this video and I'm freaking out. And, ow. Guess what? It's out there. Y'all can see it because I just refuse to edit. I'm like, nope, because the show must go on. I've been on stage my whole life, right? So when things happen, we adjust. And I found it important to let everybody know it's okay to be vulnerable. Show our mess ups, right? Let our husband that was running around naked, whoops, or half naked or whatever, show up. Or a little girl go to school, he forgot something. Or you've got a whole McDonald's menu and then you have to rush your poor guy to the hospital, to the ER, and doesn't think he's going to make it from the flu. Poor babies. So it's okay. Let everybody see you. When we let people see who we are, that is when we connect with our right people. We attract our right people. I let you all see my crazy big energy because it will also repel the wrong people. And we should all be willing to do that. All of us, not just for business, but even in life, for our friendships, our romantic partnerships, all of it. I'm on a tangent. I'm going to stop because I'm passionate about it. All right, I want to make sure we go back around really quick. And how can you find these amazing ladies? Of course, I'm going to share links in the show notes, of course. But I want you to hear from them, how you can find them. And one or all may have an offer for you. We're about to find out. Janet?
I'm super simple to find. My name is everywhere, but if you want to download a fun PDF that kind of epitomizes my ideology, which to your point, Jaycie, would be like, if I'm not for you, then thank you and you can move on. But it's becoming a rock star parent. And it's like the 7 shifts to really kick your kid, kick that mental health crisis to the curb kind of a thing, but it's a little disruptive. It's not what you're thinking. So if you go to Parent Shifts with an S, parentshifts.com, that's free. And everyone's welcome to enjoy that and share it and pass it along.
Love it. Love it. All right, Lynette.
Yeah, so I'm more of a Facebook girl, so you can come and hang out with me on Facebook. And then if you want some one-on-one time to talk about, how do you find the buyers in your audience? Maybe you're really good at cultivating followers, but converting those followers into sales, you're not quite sure how to make that happen with your content, then go ahead and book a free 30-minute session with me. I'll help you figure out exactly who the buyers are in your audience. And then from that clarity, you can hit the ground running with your content. So I've shared. So yeah, you have that, right, Jaycie?
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
Well, and I will double check. So I think you just sent it to me this morning, but that doesn't matter, y'all. That's the back end of the stuff. So if I don't, for some reason, I'll make sure I get it so that I can share it with everybody out there that's listening. Okay, cool. All right, now we have Girl. We went from Facebook to LinkedIn because Valencia, that's how I met her. And she's so active on LinkedIn. So share with us, please, how we can find you.
Yeah, so my space and place in this online world is LinkedIn. You can find me by typing in my name, and you can follow me on LinkedIn. You can also find me on my website at savvy-method.com. So that's SAVVY-METHOD.com to download a freebie, which is a free training on how to achieve consistent 10K plus months in your coaching business. And that's for coaches, strategists, and consultants. It's all the same. You all can go through the same process to achieve your ultimate goal of 10K plus.
Oh my gosh, you guys are such rock stars. I'm honored to be sitting here with you this morning. I'm honored to have you at my virtual kitchen table that I get to share with everybody. Love it. Freaking love it. All right, you guys. So cartwheelsandbananapeels.com. Pretty easy peasy, right? And of course, I have stories on fire coming out. It's this new pilot program I'm launching. It is so exciting and fun to take our stories and learn how to use them in a way that benefits you and does, just like I said earlier, right? It connects you to your right people. They're not always business stories, right? We just shared that here a minute ago. I'm talking about an aunt. Yes. Was I working on something for business in the moment? Yes. But was Janet's little girl from years past that, her episode with story time was a different situation. Any of these things we're talking about, right? Any of these stories, it helps you bond with your people. So that is a lot of fun. Check it out if you have questions, or if you're like, I don't know how to tell my story, or how the heck do I get my, my elevator pitch down to like super concise, under 10 or 12 seconds even, let me know. Let's have a conversation. But you guys, thank you so much, ladies. You are so beautiful. So fun to sit with you here today.
Thank you so much for the
Thank
opportunity.
you.
Ladies, are great to meet the rest of you as well.
Yes,
Same.
thank you so much. Super fun.
Yes, thank you for having us. This was amazing. I'm
Ah.
already laughing at looking at the replay.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love it. Love it. All right, you guys, we're going to hop off for today. We will catch you next time on Cartwheels and Banana Peels.